for digging in the soil.
Yes, these are burrows because of its large attributes and its short legs. Obviously, these are, I'm guessing, venomous. These are the venomous ones.
Well, they all have poison in their skin.
Ah.
So they all do. All frogs have poison in their skin. But the thing is, where do they live? So these are burrowers.
So this is the ground.
They live in the ground. These are climbers. These are arboreal. So they use these little pads on their toes for climbing and long legs for climbing.
Okay.
And then this one is a pond dweller. It's a swimmer.
Ooh,
So they have long muscular legs and they have like a torpedo-shaped body for swimming.
Oh, absolutely. That definitely looks like
And very smooth skin, which helps them glide through the water.
Yeah, that one.
So that's how you tell the difference between these three: burrower, arboreal, climber, and pond dweller.
Okay. Well, these ones, I'm guessing you would put these out.
I'm not asking anything about skeletons. I just kind of put them out just for the fun of looking at them.
Gotcha. Okay. What about the rattlesnakes? I can see the rattlesnake right here, which I'm just gonna get a good shot because I just like the way it looks. Anyway,
Yep. So you can see the hemipenes. They have two penises, and that's a characteristic of lizards and snakes.
I think also sharks have the same. Do sharks have the same?
It's not homologous.
Gotcha.
So they have claspers, but they evolved separately from these, so they're completely different structures.
Gotcha.
They're not the same.
Gotcha. What about this one right here? What is this? What kind of lizard is this? Is this the venomous one that wasn't a lizard?
No, they're totally harmless. This is called a chuckwalla. It's a type of iguana that lives here in the desert around us. So just another example of a lizard. That's the only reason why I put it out. So it's like iguana, chuckwalla.
Perfect. What kind of questions would you might ask if this was in a lab?
Put a pin in those. What are they? Hemipenes.
Hemipenes. Okay.
Which taxon are these unique to? Squamata. So I put that on this card, squamata. So squamata are all the lizards and snakes. They have hemipenes. How can you tell that these are reptiles?
The skin. I can tell by the skin.
They have keratin scales.
Keratin scales.
Same with a turtle. Those are keratin scales. So they're reptiles. Yeah, so that would be like how I would ask, how are these reptiles? They have keratin scales. How do you know this is a squamate? It has hemipenes.
Gotcha. Well, what about the turtles? If it's on the turtles, what kind of questions would you ask about the turtles?
So the things I have on that handout, what do we call the domed part of their shell? That's called the carapace. Again, these cards have like information you need to know. The bottom part is called the plastron. So carapace, plastron. What is the shell made of? It says right here, it's made of bone, and it's made of keratin scales on the outside. So bone and keratin scales. That applies to all the turtles. Keratin scales, and on the inside is bone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's, and then classifying them. Turtles belong to this group called Colonia. So that's the turtles. So that's what you more or less need to know about the turtles.
Okay. And you said you weren't asking about the skeleton. They were just cool to look at.
On these.
Oh, on these ones? Yeah, I figured they were on the PowerPoints. I remember which part was...
These are the things you need to know.
Yeah, I remember which part of it, could you tell, was not like a flight, was each part for?
Yeah, so this is called the sternum. It's the bone. We have the sternum right here too in our chest. And birds have a keel on their sternum for muscle attachment. Birds don't have teeth.
Yep.
Okay, so that's another one. Birds fuse their vertebrae together, so their back is like stiff. They can't move. And birds have a very, very short and reduced tail.
Gotcha.
So those are the four things I'm having you observe about how bird skeletons are modified for flying.
Okay. What about for these types of, when you have these types of questions?
So these are, what do they eat and how do you tell? So it's about the beaks.
Gotcha.
So this is a sea.
This one I
Go
can
ahead.
tell. I think would this one be like fish
That's
also?
a fish eater.
Fish
Yeah.
because of the ragged edges of
Yep,
the
yep,
jaws.
grabbing onto fish.
This one would this one be? Well, I can kind of see a little
That's a water strainer.
strainer at plants.
So they eat plants in the water. They use that flat bill, flat beak for straining plants.
What about this one right here?
The seed eater. It's got a short, thick beak for cracking open seeds.
This one?
These two are called sand probers. On here somewhere.
Yeah, sand probers right here.
So they stick their beak in the sand and catch like worms and
Gotcha.
crustaceans.
What about? Okay, I guess that was the same question with this one and this one.
No, this one and the eagle.
Eagle.
They have a curved beak
Oh,
for ripping flesh.
ripping flesh.
So these are raptors.
Raptors. Okay.
Raptor is on here. Here's raptor.
Oh.
Yep. And raptors have talons, have curved claws to grab onto their prey. So raptors have a curved beak and they have talons. You can see the talons on the eagle there.
Oh my god. Oh wow, these are like. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're
Put a
like
little-
daggers.
Put a little strength in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
These are insect eaters. So these are up in the trees grabbing insects out of the trees. Well, it's a long, thin beak. And hummingbirds are nectar feeders. Long beak for sticking into flowers,
Oh yeah, I think.
feeding on nectar
Oh,
from
kind of like.
flowers.
Oh.
So yeah, those are your different kinds of birds.
Okay. Well, what about here?
So this is just identifying mammals, so mammalia. If I had like a taxonomy question, you know, these animals belong to which taxa?
Okay, this one right here.
All these are mammals. So
All these are
skunk, rabbit, you know, kangaroo, rat, bat, so shrew. They're all mammals. So just different examples of mammals.
Gotcha.
And
I see some pins right here. I'm not
those
sure.
aren't from me. Those are just to keep the ears flat.
Gotcha.
That's all. You don't need to identify anything there.
Okay. How about in?
What do we call the condition of having different sizes and shapes
Oh,
of teeth?
enamel. What was it called?
Or how can you tell this belongs to a mammal? Yeah, heterodont.
Heterodont.
So having different sizes and shapes of teeth. I have it on the card there, right? So I don't have the word heterodont, but yeah. So teeth are modified for eating different foods. So like meat eater, plant eater, you know, that's the main point of the skulls.
And how can you tell if it's like you said young?
No, I didn't say that.
No. Oh, word development or?
No, I was just saying meat eaters have sharp, pointy teeth. Plant eaters have flat, grinding teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. And how about here?
Yep, you've got echinoderms. So these are all echinodermata. So like I have on the card, they have pentaradial symmetry. So there's like 5 ways you can cut them in half. Penta means 5. So these are all just different echinoderms for you to identify. If I put any of them out, you should know these are echinoderms. They have tube feet. Echinoderms have tube feet they use for locomotion and for feeding. So that's on here. Tube feet's on here. Calcareous plates. So their skin has like hard bony plates in their skin. So that's an echinoderm characteristic. So that's pretty much what we have here.
Okay.
That
and this
has
one.
the embryo called a gastrula. We learned about that in chapter 32. So it was recognizing the gastrula and different parts of the gastrula, which is on the card.
Oh, okay. How about this one right here?
Yep, so
Same.
cephalochordates and urochordates. So these are early chordates, and you should be able to look through the microscope and identify these different things. In fact, we have a model I need to put out that shows those structures. So forgot about the model. I need to have the model. this on the test. Yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
You know, reference points might send to the group chat as well. Okay. What would you may have asked on a maybe test on for this model right here?
Any of these characteristics that I have on here, like where's the pharynx? Where's the dorsal hollow nerve cord? Where's the notochord? Where's the intestine? Where's the postanal tail? Do we have myomeres? Myomeres on here, yeah. So this stuff that you can see on the microscope slides, you can also see on the model. In fact, I'm gonna go get some little stickers and put them on these parts for you guys. Like, you know, you should be able to know what these are. That'd be helpful.
Make sure you guys know that.
Those two things. Yeah. Yes.
I'm also gonna be using this video to make my notebook.
Yeah. That way students know what you're supposed to be looking at on here, you know, so. Nerve cord, notochord, pharynx, postanal tail, there's the anus, nerve cord, notochord, pharynx,
Gotcha.
muscles. These are called myomeres that are on here, myomeres, muscles on the side. So, yep, there we go, there's that.
All right. Would you ask anything on this jar, or is that just for display?
Nope, this, yeah, I'd put this out and ask you, how can you tell this is from chondrichthyes?
The cartilage.
Cartilage, that's it. So it's cartilage skeleton, yeah.
All right.